We're here with Chrissy Elder, head volleyball coach for University of Colorado Springs, who is entering her second season as a head coach for the Mountain Lions. Coach Elder, you've obviously probably not the season you wanted to have last year, but you probably learned a lot. What are some things that you've learned that you're looking forward to implement for your sophomore season?
We did learn a lot. That's kind of what we chalked it up to. We lost a lot of kids in the process. I think the biggest thing that I learned is that I get to grow a program. And the kids that are returning are really excited about it. The freshmen are really excited about it. I mean, it's something that is kind of special and unique to our situation. So physically, the biggest thing that we learned was that we have to be more demanding and we have to be more disciplined. We weren't. We, on paper, had a very good team last year. And we just couldn't pull it out of them to get it done. So I think that's the biggest thing is we're not gonna settle this year for sure.
You kind of alluded to it a little bit already, but you're rebuilding a program. You have a lot of new faces on the team this year, and not a lot of returners. How is that mentality? How are you going to evaluate that many new players before the season starts in September?
It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. I think that's our biggest challenge. Is there's no way around it. We have to have at least 4 new kids on the court, whether it's one of our transfers, which we have one, or freshmen. So we've got our work cut out for us for the first 2 weeks. Having camp 3 days ago was awesome because we had all of our freshmen there and they worked their tails off. So that helped. It did. But we've got some work. It also helps that we have a bigger staff this year. So the evaluations will go more quickly. We'll have more eyes on them, more opinions. At the same time, more decisions to make.
Coach, talk a little about your returners. Obviously, you have a very low number of them. You only had 5 in the off season. 5 strong was kind of your little motto. Is there a little bit different mentality for the returners versus, say, if you had 8 or 10 returners coming back on a team?
There is. I mean, we talked a lot this spring about knowing that we had 9 freshmen and they physically outnumber the 5 that we have left. And we talked about the discipline and the things that they were going to have to do, and just the sheer gut that they were going to have when it came to those freshmen coming in, because it would be very easy for those freshmen to overrun the 5 that are here just because of numbers. I don't think it's going to happen though. Our 5, personality-wise, kind of equal 10. So it helps. It helps. But we've had many discussions about, don't let those freshmen take over, because they still have to have somebody to look up to. They still have to have that want and that desire of getting to where they're at in their junior year.
Nice. Now, kind of shifting to the season you have ahead of you. Your non-conference season, I think a lot of people would say, is very, very tough. You got Nebraska, Kearney, West Texas. West Texas was the #1 seed in the region last year. Nebraska, Kearney, a lot of people remember from when they're in the RMAC. But they were able to get out of the MIAA and into the regional. And Pittsburgh State, a team that you know very well, is on top of that. Always kind of that bubble team, usually in, but always in that conversation for the NCAA tournament. With that kind of a tough schedule, what are the goals for you to accomplish going into your 2 weeks of non-conference season?
I mean, I would be crazy to say I don't want to win. I do. And I think that it would be awesome for us to get a win against some of those high-caliber teams. I mean, I think it would teach our freshmen and our returners that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Realistically, I want to compete the best that we can compete against those 2, if not 3, and maybe even counting Lindenwood, 4 schools. So the MIA is tough. I came from there. I know exactly what they want to do. They don't want to lose. Their conference is tough enough. So, and then you add West Texas, who traditionally is good, and we're playing at the box. So it's going to be tough for them. The freshmen are going to get thrown in really quick and see what it's like when there's really nothing to be held against them. So they're going to get a chance to see it. That way, if we make it back to the regional, they'll know exactly what to expect.
You have an office right across from Jeff Culver. He had a very exciting spring season. And I think it built a lot of excitement on campus. Has any of that excitement bled over into this season? Are your girls excited from what the response we saw from the UCCS student body was, especially in that playoff run?
Absolutely. I mean, how can you not? It was phenomenal. I got to work the game. All the girls came. Actually, a couple of the girls worked the game with me. It's amazing to see the support at a school our size now. There's there's no reason why we shouldn't have it, and it showed up. So they're excited. They're looking forward to it. We have a lot of things that we need to accomplish before it happens for us, but for sure it was a very much a motivational aspect for us, yeah. And what can you say? The basketball team worked their tails off. So it was really cool to see. Very cool.
Coach, for this season be a success for you, what do you want to see happen?
We've got to grow really quick. Our freshmen, after the first week of preseason, aren't going to be able to say they're freshmen anymore. Just because there's going to be 4 of them on the court. They're going to have to mature faster than a normal freshman would have to. There are some that will get to redshirt and kind of take their time and kind of fill roles. Others, probably 4 of them, are going to have to mature really quickly. And our returners are going to have to help them with that. And for us, being such a young team, that's going to be the hardest thing. So if we see that early on, I'm going to be really optimistic. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of work to do on the emotional side.
Coach, anything else you want to add?
Nope. Go Mountain Lions.
All right, go Mountain Lions. Thank you very much, Coach.